I came to the US at age 17 and a half in 2009. And I saw things I'd never seen before. I saw this move towards natural organic products. I went to Whole Foods for the first time. I saw consumers paying top dollar to have clean produce. I saw yoga. I saw yoga mats, yoga gyms, yoga apparel, Lululemon. I saw my Dutch friend teaching us yoga. I started thinking to myself, like, I'm a very patriotic Indian. I wear this band with the Indian flag on my hand. I've been wearing it every day. Started thinking to myself, like, why is this the case that it's Indian, but we didn't do anything with it? And then they took it and they repackaged it and they're selling it back to us. If it's already happened with yoga, we have to ensure it doesn't happen with Ayurveda.
Why have they been so successful, but not under Indian founders, right? Why is it that you have these people like, for example, Chip Wilson, kind of taking these concepts, bringing them to the West, and then making billions of dollars instead of like an Indian company going global? And like, for example, Patanjali is huge here, right? Why were they not able to export Ayurveda to the rest of the world?
We didn't realize that this ancient, traditional form of life or form of living life had to be repackaged into yoga mats and yoga gyms and yoga music and Lululemon. And so that's what I set off to do with Ayurveda. And my dream was, if you ever see the old packaging of Dr. Vaidya's, it says proudly Indian on the front and center of the packaging. I think that was really important for me as well, because I wanted to take Ayurveda global. And I wanted to see that mark of India on shelves across the globe. But eventually India is such a big market, we got caught up in the growth of India and we never had time to look elsewhere. But I think you got to think modern, you got to think new, and you got to think out of the box.
Yeah. So me being married to an Indian and eventually having kids that are going to be they're going to think of themselves as Indian, even though they'd be like Indo-Canadian. I really want to see Indian brands go global. So that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up, because at the moment, if you go outside of India as an Indian, the only brands that you're really going to see are maybe like Land Rover or Jaguar, and those are not even made in India. It's sort of like
I wouldn't call them
acquired by Tata. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think we are now at that cusp or that inflection point where Indian brands will go global. And I won't include yoga, Ayurveda, and tea and Indian food in that, because there we have a core competency that's better than everybody else. So obviously it would make sense that an Indian company is doing it. In the early 2000s, I used to go to stores where you would get only imported products, because it was considered imported was good and was considered Indian was substandard. That doesn't exist anymore. Those stores don't exist anymore, right? And so with this, with new age brands, with startups, with new founders, with global aspirations, with real ambition, we will see Indian brands go global. And I think that's the next decade ahead of us, and that's what I'm going to watch out for.
Yeah.